Hello, hello. My apologies for not uploading a video last week. I am still recovering from having COVID. So that's where I'm at. Also, I had to get this haircut. So, I was busy. Okay? God. Alright, so today we are looking at what's going on. I am just going to do a tarot video because I haven't really done the proper preparation work for doing instructional videos or educational videos around altar work or love work or any of that. But I will one day eventually do that. So just wait, I guess. God. I don't know why I'm coming up with this defensive energy currently. We're using the Modern Witch tarot deck, and I'm also pulled in arcane bullshit because I feel like we need some levity. I think we need to bring some levity to the situation. Okay. We got the sun right there. Okay, she said hi. All right, he's like, hey. Okay, so yeah, I think we need to bring a little sunshine in. We need to shed light on certain things, okay? And that's what we're gonna do. And we're talking about how to break free, I think, from, well, first things first, I did see the World card when I pulled this deck out of its box, and to me that spoke to cycles, so pulling ourselves out of these cycles. And we have the Nine of Swords and the Six of Pentacles here, and this is I think giving from a place of feeling guilty, which is actually that was the first thing on my mind before I started recording, is telling myself, oh, I should do some extra videos because I missed a week, and then realizing that I don't want to be recording these videos and providing this offering to you from a place of guilt, because that won't feel good. So I want us to start looking at, where are we moving from? What is our motivation for giving and for forgiving, okay? And the other thing that I've been thinking about a lot is desire and pleasure and ability to receive pleasure. And this is coming up here also because I think a lot of us feel guilty for wanting, period, for wanting to enjoy things, and for having our desire. And there's so much shame that we go through in our lives just voicing our desires because of all the bullshit, okay? And we have the Nine of Wands in reverse. This one came out first, and it was face down. So it's something that we are not looking at. And what I think this is again, with the procrastination piece, the where are we holding ourselves back from moving forward? And are we really here to assess the situation and what we need to do to keep going? Or have we gotten comfortable in the self-analyzing and the just going round in circles with the world, right? We're just kind of doing this circular logic type thing where we're not really getting anywhere. And we might need to be asking for help from people to get over this mental torment that we're doing to ourselves that's keeping us stuck. Okay? Because we need to let our light shine. All right? Okay? That's it. We need to let our light shine. And I'm going to draw from the Arcane Bullshit deck. I like this one because it tests my ability to interpret symbols. I love this deck, and I also don't feel like I've been able to build a relationship with it. And again, with the levity, right? Like, I need to like chill out. So, and it's like, it is a fat deck, let me tell you. Okay, so what's the question I want to ask? Where is the blockage, and where is the levity that we can bring? Or, okay, here's the blockage, Queen of Holes reversed, and we got a raptor riding a dolphin in space. Okay. The Queen of Holes to me speaks to creativity, spiritual lack, material lack, things that we, like, I again believe that this is telling us, like, to look at what our limiting beliefs are, where we think we need to fill these holes with outside things, okay? Or like by changing something about ourselves, when really the answer is here. Like, we have the tool to move forward right here with this door on this scepter. And it's not by filling these holes, okay? It's by, like, accepting the fact that this is who we are, you know? It's shadow work. We're doing, like, that type of shadow work. And then a raptor riding a dolphin in space, I also kind of think of that as, like, cosmic jokes and help. Like, looking at your spiritual team, and with the dolphin, like, play, incorporating play, and again, like, shedding some light on this, like, bringing some levity to it. It's not quite as serious as you think, and I'm giving you permission, okay, to explore your desires, because so many of us are cut off from our desires. Like, I know personally, I do this thing where I block myself from following what I want, because then I start worrying about, like, how it's going to affect the people in my life, and then I start prioritizing other people's desires. And I think that, like, my ability to follow my desire hinges on, like, what this other person thinks, or how this other person processes what I'm doing with my life, and it gets in the way, right? So, like, I would also say that, like, following your desire is also inviting people to come along the ride with you, right? Like, you're leading the way into this playfulness and desire, and, like, it's not a problem. For some reason, I'm thinking also of, like, Jurassic Park. Oh my god, I had a dream about Jurassic Park last night. Okay. So I was thinking about Jurassic Park and, like, the velociraptor mom who, like, has the baby, and it's like life finds a way, right? Okay. And, like, we have this, like, little moon right here, but that could also be an egg. And I think the moon being an egg could represent, like, the fruition of new emotional landscapes that we get to explore. And the ability to kind of, like, let whoever it is who's riding along with us to find their own way. And like trust that they will figure it out. And we don't need to like carry them along necessarily, because that's not what this is about, right? It's about sharing the joy, sharing the ride. It's not about like carrying someone along, or like pulling them along, right? I hope this is making sense. I feel like, again, I'm doing the thing where I'm like, here's a lot of information all at once. Okay. We have the Two of Swords reversed. I'm thinking there is a meditation piece here that is missing. That could be a part of it. You know, I was meditating yesterday and thinking about like being the observer of my thoughts. And this Nine of Swords is very much like identifying with our thoughts and feeling overwhelmed by our thoughts and our nightmares and like anxiety and worry, and that like very much controlling our ability to get out of bed. Whereas the Two of Swords is like needing to make a decision and weighing your options. And meditation. And in reverse, I'm thinking about that like ability to distinguish yourself, your identity from your thought process. So meditation might be a helpful piece for you, and practicing like the noting and just like seeing what's coming up for you emotionally and what thoughts are happening, and just seeing them and like naming them. I mean, like, this is a thought. This is fear. This is judgment. This is joy, you know, just naming the feelings that are coming up. And for me, I experience a lot of like physical pain. So when I meditate and when I'm really paying attention to what's happening in my body, I have pain or discomfort come up and I name that. I'm just like, okay, pain. And I'm just being with it, because the like cycle of suffering happens because we're running away from that suffering. And at the same time, I think instead of, to bring in the pleasure piece, like instead of seeking pleasure, what we're often doing is actually running away from pain. And so how can we truly be with our pleasure if what we're really doing is running away from something, right? So I think a huge piece in this is holding that duality of pleasure and pain, and really allowing yourself to have those feelings. Okay. What else is going on? What juiciness do we have going on, okay? For those watching. I want to know the hot goss, okay? Okay? All right, Spirit? Spill the tea. What's happening? What's going on with my watchers, huh? Let's get into it. Thief. We have the wasp carrying the heart. And thief. Okay. Okay. What about the parasitic fruit? My camera froze when I pulled this and was starting to kind of develop an interpretation for these cards. And I think that's interesting, because what I'm getting here is some people are trying to maybe steal the heart of someone who is already taken, who's already sharing their heart with somebody else. And the parasitic fruit is like that energy vampire that, like, there's a possibility that you or someone is seeing somebody else's love and really wanting that for yourself or for themselves. And they think that the only option is to get involved in that relationship. I'm just saying. That's interesting. Okay. We have the High Priestess reversed and the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, I mean, I feel like somebody's trying to get into somebody's business spiritually. Okay? They're trying to, like, manifest somebody, and that is not advised. I would not advise that. Yeah, some of you are getting your hands dirty. You're getting your hands real dirty. And I would be careful with that. Like, be careful what you wish for. Because the universe has jokes. And sometimes it's not that funny, actually. Okay, Ten of Wands reversed. Yeah. No, this is you're doing too much, basically. This is like trying to force what you want onto a situation. Okay? And, like, seeing all of the things come up. This is addiction also. So some of us might be dealing with, like, addictive tendencies coming back. But it's like, when I am trying to do something in life, whether it be small or trying to steal somebody's heart, right? Whether it be something very individual, like in my daily life, or something much larger, and trying to, like, affect another person, or people or systems or whatever. Like, when I find myself doing something and there is so much resistance along the way, there is, like, just at every turn something blocking me, something making it difficult to get what I am trying to do done, something that is just, like, not coming to fruition, right? When this happens, what I've learned is to let go, right? Drop the ball. Because I think so many of us are, like, so concerned about not dropping the ball and, like, holding on to things and, like, making sure that we just power through and struggle through it, when honestly it's okay to give up. It's okay to call it quits. It's okay to be like, you know what, this isn't working, and I need to, like, get my head on straight, okay? Do my research and get my feet on the ground a little bit more, okay? Look into how I'm feeling. Look into what's underneath here. Make amends with my shadow. Compromise. And start over. Just, like, look at it at a different angle. And I know you don't want to do that. Oh, I know we don't want to do that, right? Because, we love playing the victim. And some of us have been victimized, and that is leading to, like, trauma responses. Some of us have been really betrayed in our relationships. Some of us have been hurt by our friends, by people who we thought were close. People who came and fuck shit up. Okay? They were like draining. They were draining, and they were possibly stealing, okay? And acting shady. Topsy-turvy, okay? Some of us have been through this, and some of us have been that person. And we've lost relationships, and we're just like trying to struggle through it, and like identifying with that struggle. And identifying with that struggle is not gonna help anybody, okay? You're fucked in reverse, right? Like, if we identify with this victimhood, and if we identify with this trauma that we've experienced, these snakes who have come across us, if we hold on to that and not let go, if we are holding on to that, that's where we're going to act from, okay? We're going to act from this state of victimhood, of hurt, and disempowerment of ourselves, okay? And that's not cool, okay? That's not cool. You have the power to change the way that you are behaving. You have the power to seek new perspectives. You have the power to deal with it. Fucking, you do. You have the power to address these things that are affecting you. And by putting blame on other people or past situations for the way that you are behaving is to disempower yourself. You are taking away your autonomy. You are giving it away. You are saying, this is not my responsibility. I don't need to have accountability, right? And it's so important to parse through what is true. What is fact versus feeling? What is the reality? Yes, this person hurt me. And how am I responding to that? Right? Yes, I caused harm. And how am I responding to that? Am I going to just like self-blame? Am I just going to blame others? Or am I going to straight up look at what is actually happening currently now, how I'm behaving in the now, which is what matters, and adjust my shit and straighten out? Okay? Like, where were you legitimately a victim, and where are you victimizing yourself? Because those are two very different things. And yes, people be acting shady, and people are stealing ideas, and people are not putting in their work, and they're just feeding off of other people's work, and like self-indulging in this victimizing, self-immolating behavior, like this self-harm, this self-destruction, this self-sabotage of just living off of other people's work and not taking responsibility for themselves, right? Yes, there are people like that. Yes, I have behaved this way, okay? Like, I am intimately familiar with this, which is why I know it can be changed, which is why I know that we can face up and take responsibility for how we're behaving and how we're treating others and how we're viewing ourselves and how that affects how we show up in the world. That's why I know that I don't have to identify with my traumas as who I am. I don't have to identify with my thoughts and feelings as who I am. I am not my thoughts or feelings. I am not my trauma. Those are experiences that I have had. I am an observer. I am a witness to these experiences that I've had. And I get to choose how I respond to these feelings, to these traumas, to these thoughts. And it takes practice. It takes practice to understand how to respond, okay? You're not gonna get to learn how to ride a fucking dolphin without falling off and then floating into the galaxy. Zero gravity, right? I have this, I've been wearing my jacket recently. One second, I'm gonna get it. It says, ride or try. Learn how to ride, okay? It's a practice. And I've worn this jacket so many times, but yesterday, 2 different people commented on it and just read what it said on the back, when nobody's ever done that before. So clearly we are in this opportunity. I say clearly. To me, it's clear. To me, I see these threads. And we are in this opportunistic space to practice and to view life as a practice and to give ourselves this forgiveness, right? And to give others forgiveness and compassion. And if we're currently running away from our thoughts, our feelings, our traumas, if we are running away from that, we cannot truly experience the pleasure that we deserve to experience. And healing is not a one and done thing, and healing is not fun. I will say this over and over again. Healing is not fun. It's hard to look at the light when you are so enshrouded in darkness, okay? And we need to be able to have a balance, because you can't just like look at the sun all the time, right? You can't go outside all the time. You're gonna get sunburnt, right? You need the balance. So we need to like find that with our shadow, with our trauma, with our involuntary responses. Okay. And what else? Let's see what else we got here. Oh, that was juicy. We got there. We're going there. Space death. For those of us who are willing to step into this work and get to this playfulness, right? We are going to have to experience a space death, okay? We are going to have to watch iterations of ourself die. We're going to have to bear witness to the transformation of ourselves, to the shedding of our skin. And to get away from this identification of the lack, of the void, of the holes, and chasing after things to fill this pain, this suffering, in order to non-identify with those things, we need to let go of that identity. Duh, right? Circular logic, here we go. And once we let go of our identities, then we are experiencing a certain death. And I think it's really important to honor all of our shifting identities and honor the people who we were and give reverence to that And of course, like, old versions of ourselves will be coming back over and over again to visit, because time isn't linear. And we can honor that as well, you know, and we can bear witness to that. And we can remind ourselves, like, who we are and where we're going and what we want. Okay? I think that's a wrap right there. This came from on top of this. Okay. Yeah, that's a wrap. We're doing the work. We're ready to put our hands in. We're ready to get our hands dirty in a different way. Okay? We're ready to integrate these lessons. I mean, I hope we are. I hope we are. Okay. I love you. And I wish you the best of luck on this healing journey. And if you are interested in working with me, hit me up. My email is thesharpestteeth@gmail.com. And you can find me here. You can drop a comment and ask me to go into a certain topic for my next video if you want, because I will, because I love direction. And if you wouldn't mind just giving me a like and maybe subscribing, that would be really cool and helpful, because I also like validation and knowing that I am having an effect with the things that I do and the work that I put in. So, with that being said, I will see you maybe next week. Maybe sooner. I don't know. But I will be here. Bye.